Welcome. My name is Pamela Marie Edmunds, and this is Love Never Dies radio show. And I am broadcasting this to all of you who are present in the audience here tonight and who may be listening to this show in the near future. I'm broadcasting from a beautiful place called Sedona, Arizona. If you've not been here, it is a highly spiritual place to come to visit. It is a Mecca, that's the word I want to say, for holistic healing, alternative methods, and the red rocks are just stunning and energetic. I am a medium, have been working with mediumship in a professional way for probably 20 years. I started back in Massachusetts. I'm originally from the East Coast, for those of you, and did a lot of my training back there with some wonderful people at something called Spiritualist Churches. If you haven't checked that out, look it up. You can go to a church and believe in your own method of what Creator is, God is. You can have an opportunity of listening to various mediums, do mediumship demonstrations. You can also attend classes. There's also hands-on healing. And it's very beneficial for those of us who believe that life continues after the process called death, the continuity of life. I do mediumship readings. I also am a Trance Channel. It's another topic, okay, but I'm going to mention that. I'm a teacher. Matter of fact, I do teach mediumship classes. I have an open circle I do on Thursday nights if anybody is interested. All information about me and the radio show can be found on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Okay. Future, if you're looking to find your way into one of my shows and say, gee, I don't seem to know Pamela's meeting number or a passcode, that's on my website. Okay. That's right there on my website. It also lists who's upcoming in regards to guests and what the topics will be. Okay. Next week, I'm going to share. I have a wonderful woman from Massachusetts. She's a friend and comrade, I'll call her that. And her name is Reverend Lorraine Reddice. And she's going to be talking about something called physical mediumship explained. And tonight we're going to be doing mental mediumship, where I work with my mental faculties, and spirit gives me guidance, gives me information in the form of clairvoyance, meaning I see things in a higher level. Clairaudience, I may hear things. Clairsentience, I may feel it. Okay. She's going to talk about something that's not talked about quite so much, but physical mediumship. That includes levitation. That includes apparitions. That includes apports. All a list of different things. And the following week, I will be doing a show very similar to what I'm doing tonight, but it'll be for pets. How many of us have lost pets and really would like to hear from them? Yes. Want to know that they're okay, just like our sister, our brother, our husband, all of them. And the title of the show is Pets Talk from Heaven to You. Okay. So I've got some good things coming up. If you know of somebody who would make a great guest, please let them know my website or my email address, which is Pamela Edmunds at earthlink.net. Okay. So tonight, this is my once a month show free, and I only added free a few months ago, and that's helped bring people in, because the idea of doing tonight's show is for people to see how this works and to maybe experience it themselves, but also to watch other people receiving mediumship and watch me. It's like, is she really doing this? Yeah, okay. It is free messages of love from heaven. I've never heard a message come through from spirit that wasn't loving. Okay. Stop and think about it. Those of you who have had messages before, they're always full of love. So, and since we started a little late, I hope people realize I will go a little later. I lost track at what time I actually did start, but I'm going to more or less do my best to get to everybody who is on the Zoom room at this time. And we've got 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 people plus myself. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to address you by name. What's going to happen? Spirit's going to draw me to different people at different times. Okay. So I'll address you by name, and for you to unmute your microphone when I address you. And then we'll have, I will bring forward the information that comes to me from a loved one. And, you know, the best way to respond when I'm bringing out information in regards to doing mediumship is to respond with yes, meaning yes, I understand. No, I don't. Or that's incorrect. Maybe. And you know what? I don't know is okay too. All right. And what can happen then is I will then double check what information I'm getting and maybe revamp or reword it. Okay. All right. Awesome. And I did see a Sharon popping in. I don't think she got in. I hope she's okay. If she's who I think, she's from out of the country. So I hope we connect at another time. Let me see where I'd like to go. Christy, Rick, yes. Could you unmute, please? And I'd like to come and bring a message to you. Are you prepared for this, or would you like me to see somebody else get one first?
No, ma'am, I'm prepared.
Okay, all right. Can I say you're still shedding tears over this individual who's hanging out with you?
Yes.
Can I say I'm feeling like I've got a male energy? Are we on the right page?
Yes.
And it's like it wasn't his time. Do you understand that? How
I do.
you would say that, and other people would too?
Yes.
And you know what? I want to say I feel like he was pretty healthy at the time.
Yes, he was.
And then it's like all of a sudden, you know how the rug got pulled out from under him. That's the way I'm getting it. That's the interpretation. But I'm also feeling he's a little bit of a joker too. Okay, so he's giving me these things. See my hand? I'm pulling that rug right out from under him. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He could be the life of a party.
He could.
In his younger years, I need to say he would have used a little bit of alcohol that would give him that rush in that higher energy. But in his later years, it was natural. Okay. It came from his heart. All right.
Yes.
I do sense he would stand. Okay. I'm going to slump. He would stand about yay much above you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm about 5'5", 5.5". Okay. So whatever that is, it's funny because I'm used to doing, you know, in person, and this is what you comprehend this better.
Yes.
Okay. There's some balding going on.
There could
You-
have been.
Pardon?
There could have been.
I'm almost feeling like he's hiding it a little bit.
That possibly could be, yes.
Okay, whether he's wearing a hat or whether he's got the hair flipped over him. You're
hat.
comprehending how men would do this.
Yes.
He's got a heart of gold.
Yes.
He's got a heart of gold. And what I want to say is, I want to use the word ticker. My ticker just quit.
Yes.
Okay. That's his humor, but that's also his personality of the way that was said. And excuse me with my nose. Did he have a hanky?
What?
Did he have a real hanky at one time?
What's a hanky? What do you mean?
I'm using a
Okay.
I was using a tissue because my nose is running. I got allergens in the air. Would he have had a hanky at one time?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Or he's using his sleeve.
He could be doing that one.
Okay. Because whenever I'm in the midst of doing a reading, whatever happens in and around me has something to do with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped to blow my nose because I literally needed to. Okay. But it somehow relates to him. All right. He's got a lot of creative energy, I want to say.
Yes.
And I'm feeling like building the creative energy is going into building this or building that with various different forms of materials. Okay. I'm also feeling he's got his head under the hood of his car.
Yes.
Okay. And it would spook you if he got underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And can I say there's a few times he was a little accident prone?
Yes.
Okay. Especially as he aged. Okay.
Yeah.
He went pretty quickly is what I want to tell you. I feel like what you would have thought as the pain, he skipped over it. Okay. And this is an important thing for anybody to know here, relating to a loved one who's crossed over. If they are in what could be excruciating pain from whatever is going on with them, okay? Very often they will lift themselves out of their body so they're not feeling it. Okay? Are we still on? Are we still connected, Christy?
Yes. I'm listening to you. I'm sorry. Yes.
He gives you hugs almost every day is what I'm feeling. You do feel him.
I wish I could feel them
around you.
Yeah.
You hear him talking to you. He could be a bit of a talker at times, couldn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
But you hear him talking as if he still is here in the present.
I think, I guess he's passed newly, over a little over 5 months.
Wow.
So it's really new. So I don't know that I hear him talking, but I do feel him around sometimes.
Okay. He's visited you in your dream state, correct?
He has.
Okay. That's a visitation, him coming in from the spirit world to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's crossing the barriers between the two. All right. I do feel that you are highly sensitive in the way of mediumistic skills. And when you are out of the grief aspect of what you're going through, you'll become more aware of his presence. All right.
Right.
He's trying to help you to clean up some paperwork that he left behind. Some messes. Do you follow me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I feel it's tied to numbers and money.
Okay.
All right. And what I want to say to you, whether you feel his presence or not, ask him to help you. Ask him to help you. Okay.
Can I ask,
He loves you dearly.
is he okay?
His humor is with him. Yes, he's okay. All right.
Yeah, can I ask you one more other thing for you?
Go
Let me
right
guess.
ahead.
Is he alone, or does anyone come forward with him?
I've got an energy that's with him that would be like a brother to him.
Well, he had some close friends that definitely passed away.
I feel like this is someone who was still doing some drinking that he cared very much for.
Yeah.
Was whether they were connected in the way of being a sibling brother or a close brother. Okay.
Yeah.
And this person was very mechanically inclined.
He had a very close friend that passed away about a month after he did, and they were childhood friends, and he had just saw him like possibly a year prior, but
Okay.
and he hadn't saw him in years, and they were close.
Okay, hold back on the information. I do care, all right?
Okay.
Okay, you want me to give message. What I need to say is there was a party on the other side once he was feeling better. Okay.
Yeah.
And I need to say him, dad and mom made up. There was some sort of an issue, some sort of a communication that went sour. I'm going to leave that with you.
Okay.
So, all right. I want to thank you for being here. Know he's around you. Hold on to some of his clothes. Feel his energy. Hold on to his ring. Whatever you can do. And this is important for people to hear. This is something called psychometry. You can actually feel the energy of a loved one after they've crossed over.
Yes.
It's the soul energy of that item. Okay. All right,
Thank
Chrissy,
you.
I hope you hang around to listen to everybody else.
I
Okay?
will. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to go to some people who I have not been to before first. Donna.
Donna's next here. Listen.
How are you tonight?
I got to mute. Sorry.
Thank you, please.
I'm doing well. I'm doing
Great.
well. Thank you.
And you're new to this, right?
To mediumship?
Are you new to mediumship or no?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, as you're saying no, I do feel you do sense spirit around you at times.
I try, but I try.
Well, can I say that you get a gut feeling that you're not alone? That somebody's with you, somebody's hanging out?
Sometimes.
Okay, okay. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. May I give you a message here now? Okay, because I'm feeling like I've got a motherly energy who wants to communicate. Are you accepting for that? Okay, your face is froze. Did I lose you? Got it.
Good. No.
Did you hear me?
No, I said I do get a gut feeling sometimes, and that's all I heard.
Okay. All right. May I bring a message to you? I've got a motherly figure who would like to communicate.
Of course.
All right. And I feel like right now, this time of year, and I don't remember what state you're in or whatever, that's not important, but she'd be out in the yard, in a garden area, with her fingers and in the soil, but also nurturing some plants is what I'm feeling. Okay. Yes. And listening to the birds.
Yes.
All right. I'm feeling some of the plants would be vegetables at a certain time in her life, but other times they were flowers.
Mostly flowers, I'd have to say.
Okay. Because what I was sensing was her like wearing an apron and holding the corners up in front of her, holding things in there that she's bringing in the house. So maybe
Mm,
she's bringing in some of the flowers.
maybe.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say outdoors was extremely nurturing for her,
Yes.
was very important, an important place for her to be. And
Yes.
she's telling me that it is to you too. And that there's a need for you to incorporate the outdoors into your life every day if possible. Okay, even if it's for a few minutes. All right.
Okay.
I'm having difficulty swallowing with her as I'm starting to talk here. I'm feeling like if it wasn't during her lifetime, it would have been towards the tail end. She's having difficulty swallowing. It's almost as if this whole area is constricted. Does that make sense to you, dear?
I'm, if
You're
we're
not
talking,
sure.
yeah.
Me keep talking, okay? I'm keep talking, because I could have a grandmother here too. Let's make sure. All right. What I'm feeling, this is someone who would have put what we used to call curlers in her hair back when, okay? And used to sleep on them. And some of them, you remember people doing bobby pin curls? Okay. And a shower cap to keep the curls to last another day. Okay. These days we tend to wash our hair more often. Okay. I'm feeling like this woman had a, can I call it a finger for perfection in her home? See, it's like I'm going around, want to make everything nice and clean. Okay.
Yes.
This is the way she was brought up. Down on the floor, hands and knees, scrubbing the last bit of that dirt off the floor. Okay.
Yes.
And spending a good part of her time in the kitchen.
Yes.
I feel like some of the recipes she made were passed down,
Yes.
but some of them also she created. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling with her. Is chocolate a big important item in the kitchen
For me.
for you or for her? Somewhere
Um,
it's important.
yeah.
Chocolate was an
Possibly.
important
Yeah.
ingredient.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And nice and luscious is what I want to say. I'm feeling like I've got a creamy frosting here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm also wanting to say, I feel like there's a bit of the, what's the word I want to call it? Depression era way of thinking in the kitchen. Tea bags weren't readily available back when, so they were prized. Okay. I also feel like there's a few recipes that are absent of things that would have been, can I say rationed or hard to get a hold of?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Oh,
awesome.
interesting.
She had some issues with her teeth within the last couple of years before she passed. Do you correct? Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Okay, that's, are we still connecting well? I want to make sure because she's got a message. Her message to you is that she loves you dearly and she wants you to carry on some of the memories.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? All the different little pieces of evidence, okay? And that the two of you had some sort of a difficulty just before you passed, because I'm feeling like she wants to say she's sorry because that she kicked you in the butt. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
don't know.
to go
Yeah.
into it, just yes or no.
Gotcha. That's a
She
hard.
feels like she caused harm to you.
Maybe some. Maybe
Okay.
some.
She was hurting and she was taking it out on you. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. She was being immature. She was being childish is what I'm feeling. Okay. And that's what can happen when our loved ones are getting ready to go.
Right.
And she says right now, she says you're feeling a bit lonely. She's bring some of those memories back into your life. Connect to some of those people who have been special to you. And get outside. It's almost like she's get outside, and she's pushing you, get outside. And also, I feel like animals are important for you to be around too. There's a lot of unconditional love. Okay. I'm going to leave you with her love and somebody's birthday. Whose birthday? Because I want to say happy birthday. Think
Wow.
about it. Think about it. Okay.
Mhm.
And it could also be an acknowledgement of somebody's crossing over because it's the birthday. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. And I hope most of this makes sense to you, Donna. Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming in. I need to move on to someone else.
course.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. Felicia, are you available to be visible or what? So I can see who I'm talking to?
Sure. Hold on. A little dark in here.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome. Have you been listening? So you're aware of
Yes.
what we're doing on. May I bring a message to you from a loved one, spirit?
Sure.
Okay. I feel like I've got a male, and I feel like he would have passed when you were younger. I'm sensing he is in the family way. And I'm feeling like there's a nickname for him, Gramps or Grandpa or something of that nature. Okay.
Okay.
But what I'm feeling is he was a treat for you. He was special for you. And he always knew how to make good with you is what I want to say. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little one there too with you, is there not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
But I'm feeling like this man would have, do you understand the term dotting on you? It's like he's very fond of you. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm sensing is there's some other language he's aware of.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming from another country, another community, and also some other traditions. Okay. Yet he always knew how to make you smile. All right.
Yep.
He's a joker. He's can I say a love bug? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Big hugs. And for like a Sunday best, whether it's dinner, church, or what it is, he could put himself together pretty nice, couldn't he?
Yes, you could.
Right? And even though he was much more of a casual dresser on a regular basis, okay? Kind of like, we like a lot of us women like to dress up.
Yeah.
A lot of us do, okay? I've got tightness in my chest with this man. I'm feeling I'm being drawn to the time he would have left. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tightness, it could be hard. It could be, I feel like there's issues in him breathing. And there's difficulty for him to sustain what you and I would call food. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say that you were very saddened when he crossed over. Okay. It probably is one of your first losses.
It was. Yeah.
All right. You think of him a lot.
I do.
And what I need to tell you is we're not just thinking of them. they're also coming forward with those thoughts. Either you're bringing him forward or he's planting those thoughts in your mind. Okay.
Okay.
He adores the little one.
Oh, really?
He's around the little one.
Wow.
Okay. He always loved the children, like you, right?
Yep. He was always
Okay.
crazy about us.
And what I want to say is that you are very sensitive to other people's emotions, right?
Big time. Yes.
Which is a terminology for people to hear if they don't know it. It's being an empath. Look it up, okay? I'm an empath, but I've taken it to another level, okay? I can feel other people's feelings, but I can also feel spirit. He tells me that you do know when he's there, okay?
Mhm.
And I want to say little guy. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're talking male or female, you don't have to tell me, but I want to say the little guy that keeps talking here is also reacting to his energy when he comes in. Okay. The little guy is also very fond of grabbing a hold of tails, a dog tail or a cat tail.
Yep.
Because the little one adores the energy of the animals. This little one is also going to be sensitive, and you're going to need to help that one to kind of, what's the word I want to say, to go through life and understanding that you're sensitive, you're a little different, you may feel other people's feelings. It's kind of a double-edged sword. You can feel the negativity, but you can also feel the intense love. All right. There's something about you needing to do some schooling.
Yes.
All right. And that for you to believe it will happen and you'll create the financial means to do it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
It's important for your livelihood in many ways. Okay. I
Okay.
want to leave a whole bunch of love with this man. He's a sweetheart. He's a teddy bear. I do feel like I want to take glasses off and put them back on. Glasses off and put them back on. This is him, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm feeling like he's tipping his hat before he
Hat.
goes. To me, it's okay, you get that. But it's also, it's a gentleman.
Mhm.
He's a gentleman. He's a kind, loving gentleman. Okay.
Yep.
Big hugs from this man. And he would give you a huge hug. And you'd sometimes have to say, can we stop right now? He's just so wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I want to thank him for coming in and want to let everybody know that if you're looking for something in the way of a more extended reading than what I'm doing here tonight, please contact me through my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. All right. Who do I have behind Galaxy S8? Can you unmute yourself, dear?
Yes, ma'am, I just did.
Okay, your name?
Teresa?
Teresa, yes, I remember that. Can you be visible?
Um,
Even for a few minutes while I read you, sweetheart?
yeah, I'm just trying, there we go. I turned it on.
Wonderful, welcome, welcome. First
Thank you.
off, you two are very sensitive, dear, okay? I
Okay.
feel like with all that's going on right now, you've been hibernating, okay? Because if you go out in the public eye, you're going to pick up a term I use is mass consciousness, meaning the feelings of that everybody is feeling in regards to the pandemic, et cetera, okay? Are you comprehending what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to say who's telling me this is I'm feeling more with a grandmother than a mom. Almost like Mom wasn't always there. Grandmother was there more than mom was for you emotionally. Do you follow what I'm saying? Let me
Yes.
yes, okay.
Okay.
Mom was tied up, whether she's tied up with herself or everybody else. Mummy, I want to say, wasn't always available to you when you needed her. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That was just the reality. All right.
Yes.
And therefore, you had to rely on some sort support from a dear grandmother who
Yes.
I want to say is a sweetheart.
Yes.
It's another sweetheart, like we had the dear grandfather came in a few minutes ago. She's taken time to listen to you.
Yes.
She's taking time to spend time with you, whatever that may be. Okay, some sort of a noise. I don't know what that is. Whatever that may be, Teresa, right?
Yes.
I also feel like in some ways your needs are a little bit more important than hers are. Stop and think about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. She's definitely got a caregiver role, but she's coming from her heart here. All right.
Okay.
Big heart, lover, a sweetheart. She's as something new comes into your life, she's there holding your hand, whether she's actually holding it or she's symbolically holding it. You follow how I'm
Okay.
wording this?
Yes.
She's of great support. I do need to say, I feel like she is wearing glasses, more your shape, but a different style.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm also feeling she's got an apron that was well worn, a full apron, body
Yes.
apron. When I
Yes.
say worn, there's a hole here. There may be a little patch on the underside. The pockets are full of stuff,
Yes.
tissues. If you need a candy, she's got one there.
Yes.
She's probably got a clean toothpick. I mean,
Yes.
a nail clipper, all these little extras. Okay.
Yes.
And she's got you next to her as she's cooking and baking. Right.
That would be no.
Well, I feel like she's wanting to teach you.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
wanting you to learn. So somehow you are also participating with this, with
Yes.
these chores. And I don't
Yes.
want to use the word chores because she's smiling.
Yes.
Do we smile when we do chores? No.
She did. She
Yeah.
did.
Okay. And she's got a beautiful voice.
Yes.
And you would come home from school singing in something new you learned at school, and she would join you as you sang.
Yes.
It's almost like she's your buddy.
Yes.
She's your buddy.
Yes.
I do also want to say you did also have a what's the word? Another buddy who wasn't visible to anybody else. You might need to think about this. What's the term? It's a spirit that is a playmate, but nobody else sees it. And at some point you were silenced. I want you to sit with this, okay?
Okay.
And this is common for a number of people. It's an invisible friend. Okay? I do feel it's female. Because you were alone a lot, excepting for this grandmother energy. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. I'll
All
think about
right?
it.
You'll think about it. Okay. You were upset that you weren't able to see her just before she crossed over.
Yes. Yes.
It's
very.
like you had no sense of closure with her.
Right. Yes.
It's almost like you were just told, well, I'm sorry, She passed. She just died. She's gone to heaven.
Yes.
And you felt extremely abandoned. You felt highly emotional grief. I mean, it still affects you now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. She comes in on occasion, doesn't she?
Sometimes.
Because you can sense spirit. And what I want to say to you is she loves you dearly. I don't know what that was again. She loves you dearly, and she wants you to know that you're not alone. She's there. Talk to her. Okay. Talk to
Okay.
her. And something about you used to do drawings, used to do pictures, crayons and stuff.
Yes.
She says, bring that back out. Bring that back out in your life. Because
Okay.
what I'm sensing from her is the little girl still needs some nurturing. Okay.
Okay.
But the adult you is reliant on her nurturing you too. You follow how I'm trying to say this? So,
Yes.
okay. This tremendous love, I could keep going with you. You definitely had your own nickname for her. There's a name that is different than what everybody else would say. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bubby, or I don't know. There was a nickname, and maybe something when you were younger. But
Yeah.
think about it. Okay. All right. Lots of love, and she says you are not alone.
All right.
Okay. You are not alone, and she loves you dearly. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Let's see. Melinda, I haven't seen you in a while, sweetheart.
Hi,
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
good. How are you?
Good, good. Your son's pretty sensitive, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay. And I know you are. Okay. When I mean sensitive, I've talked about it to different people here tonight. Okay. If you haven't looked up empath, look that up. Okay. And there's a lot of good qualities with this too, because our sensitivity is raised. Therefore, we can be there to support other people. But then again, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to set our own, should we say, boundaries. Okay. That's the word. Thank you. Did she leave? Last person I worked at was imaginary friend is what I wanted to say with her. It looks like she's gone already. That's okay. Hopefully she understands it. I do feel like your son has had an imaginary friend at times. Okay. Thing is, you need to watch him when he's by himself because he's not by himself. All right. Okay. I'm seeing him like handing something out to somebody else who's not visibly there. Okay. All right. He's also smart as a whip. Okay. And sometimes you can't comprehend that this little package has such a phenomenal IQ. Okay. Where is this coming from? I need to say for you, and this is for other people who have youngsters or grandchildren. Many of these kids coming in are either a crystal children. Some of us are indigo children. There's also a couple other terms. Okay. A lot of them are coming in because they're part of the new age that's coming in. All right. And you know how some of the kids are not fitting in school? You follow the comprehension here? There are going to be those kids who don't fit. Yeah, Denise, I got you going too here, dear, don't I? Denise has got a few grandkids, and she's like, oh, there's several other terms that I'm not accessing because it's not part of my vocabulary. When I work with spirit, often they use, so as crystal, indigo, I'm going to say are usually someone who's come in the 60s, okay? Highly intuitive, and some of them too are these ADD kids, AHD kids who have been put on medication, all right? Your son's fairly active, isn't he, Melinda?
Very active.
Okay, okay. And if you stop and think about it, if you're tuning into energy, that energy can take control of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And get your energy activated, high speed. All right. I personally feel like, okay, I am a little bit old. I'm a little older than most everybody here, but I do feel like I'm an indigo. Okay. And well, what am I wearing? Indigo here. What I want to say is being highly sensitive, being also getting involved with a possible addiction. That can be, kind of wanting to run from those feelings because we don't know how to handle them. The list goes on. And I'm not saying your son is going to have any of these negative issues. But what I want to say is for you to be aware. Okay? All right. Who's talking? I feel like you got a grandmother, and I'm not sure. There's a word, there's a name that you use from her background that I'm not conscious of. All right?
Yes.
You got me. Because if she's coming from a different culture, a different home base is what I want to call it. Different, you get me, okay?
Yes.
And she's dear to you, and you've missed her tremendously. Look like we're going to grandmothers and grandparents tonight here, okay? I also want to bring this message to Tanya too, okay? Because I know Tanya and you are siblings, all right? And Tanya, I do sense, just looking at the two of you, I'm sensing, are you younger than Melinda? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Melinda has more memories of this woman than you do, am I right? Okay. But what I want to say is you both have strong heart memories of her, okay? Loving memories of her. And I feel that there was a time, okay, her weight would have gone up and down throughout her life. Am I correct? There's changes in her weight. Okay. I feel like when she was carrying less weight, she was able to get down on the floor with you and play with you, dolls or whatever you're playing. Do either one of you remember this? Or cards on the floor? What I'm feeling like, okay, then this might be symbolic. What I'm meaning is she would have come down to your level while you're playing, your level as a child, okay? Instead of excluding you from the adults. Do you follow what I'm saying? All right, okay. I want to play cards. I feel like I've got cards going on here. Is there some card playing going on?
Not that I
No?
remember.
Not that you remember. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. She adored flowers. She's a flower lover too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And I literally want to do the sniffing and smelling of the fragrance. Okay. I also feel she's another chocolate lover, right? Okay. Yes. And you know what? It made her feel better too. Okay. It's like, here, have a cookie. All right. Okay. I've got something going on in her upper chest area and her stomach area. Are you with me? I'm getting a nod from Melinda. I'm getting a nod from Tanya.
Yes.
I'm also feeling that she probably got the thinnest you ever saw her. Okay. There's definitely a loss of weight going on. All right.
Mhm.
And she is a bit confused. Okay. I'm feeling this could be her condition. It also could be the medication she's on, combination of the two. Okay. And I need to say, basically, she drifted off the earth plane. Do you understand how I'm explaining that? Whether
Yes.
it's sleep state, whether she's in a coma, she just all of a sudden drifted away. Okay. What I need to tell you is she is grateful for the attention you both gave her. Okay. I do realize you were only there as much as you could be, and you only comprehended so much, but it still meant the world to her. Okay. All right. And prayers. She's a prayerful woman.
Yes.
I do feel a cross around her. Okay. She's got a belief in the cross and all that it means. Okay. She wants you to look after that little boy, both of you, because I think you both have a very a tight closeness to this little boy. All right. And she says he's got an important job to do in the future. He is going to be helping other people in ways that you will not imagine. Okay. His intuition needs to be acknowledged. Teach him how to protect himself. White light, to release negativity from other people. You'll hear more about all this, okay? All right. And she wants you to know that she is with, and it's not Gramps, it's not Grandpa, it's another term from her background.
Vovo.
Got it. They are together and they are happy as ever, okay? All right. And she wanted you to know that. It's important. I'm going to leave you both with lots of love from her, okay? Thank you for listening to me. All
Thank you.
right. You're welcome. Okay, looks like a few people are snoozing here. That's okay. I got two with that one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Denise. Okay, Donna, I got you. You're just hanging out, right? And I got Felicia. If I go to Denise, then I have the three sisters left. Am I right? Okay. Denise, can you hear me, dear?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Awesome. For some reason, we want to go to grandparents today. Okay. I got a grandmother who thought the world of you. Okay. And who you thought the world of too. Can I say I'm feeling like there was a soul connection there in some way? Okay. And when she had to part from this physical world. It's almost like your life got turned upside down. Okay. All right. That's what she's telling me. Okay. Because you didn't have someone there to listen to you. Do you understand me? There's a support that came from this woman in a way that you didn't get from the other adults. All right. Okay.
Correct.
You got it. She could take ingredients in the refrigerator and look through the cabinet and make a wonderful pot of soup or stew from whatever she found. Okay. And you enjoyed it. Everybody else enjoyed it. But she also enjoyed making it because she made it from her heart.
Mhm.
I also want to say you can remember her making fresh bread at one point here, okay? Kneading bread, do you recognize this?
Yes.
Good. and the wonderful taste to go with that pot of good food. Okay. All right. If you didn't do your chores, she would go and do some of them for you, didn't she?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. Hang on.
I'm sure she did.
Her picking up after you, picking up your dirty clothes off the floor? No? There's
I was the
something-
clean one.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let me see what she's talking about. Could I have two grandmothers here?
You could.
Would the other be picking up after some dirty clothes, whether it was you or someone else?
Probably my sister. She was a pig.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
Sorry.
This woman, yep, this woman she's great to have. Okay, let's go back to the initial woman. She's a great one to have around. She's reading you books.
Mm.
She's reading some sort of books to you. Okay. She's also, there was a pet, there was a dog around at the time. Do you recognize the dog? Yeah.
Yep, always a dog.
Yep. She's
Big
a
dog.
fond lover of animals, and she's there with you. You have pets now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. She says that, okay. She wants me to tell you that, okay, yes, you're working on learning about the afterlife, is what she's saying, okay? She says you are learning how to communicate, but she says you'll also be able to apply that to communication with animals, okay?
Mm.
But it's just a different energy, okay? And for you to watch and be aware of what the animals around you are up to. And you'll get some insight as to what's going on. It's almost like you got to tune into their energy to experience what's happening, okay?
Okay.
Right. And she says, there's somebody you want to give a kick in the butt to. Someone in the house that you want to shape up. There's a part of you that wants to be a little rough, but she says, you know what? What they really need, all of them, is love. And that's what you're doing. Keep it up, she said. Keep it up. She loves you dearly. She's brushing your hair and combing it out. It's like you would have enjoyed her with your hair. You would have enjoyed her. It's nurturing. It's just, it's awesome. Pigtails?
Always.
A braid? Various,
Braid.
okay. She doesn't quite care for what you've done up here on the top of your head. But that's okay. If you like it, all right, keep it, okay? All right.
My kids don't either.
She can be blunt a little bit at times, can't she? All right.
Oh,
But she's also coming from another generation. Give her that credit, okay? All right. There's lots of love here. We could bring her in more and more. And I want to say there's a lot of loving people. Just keep up the good work you're doing. You're making changes where you don't realize you're really doing it. Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Am I correct that the last three are Mary, Sherry, and Terry? Okay. All right. Can you unmute your mics just so I can get connected to all three of you? How about a hello from everybody?
Hello.
I got a hello from Terry, a hi from Sherry, and what was Mary?
Hello.
A hello. Okay, okay. All right. First, I need to say Sherry's husband is around and he's enjoying what's happening here tonight, okay? He's enjoying the love that's coming through from the other side to the earth plane, okay? And he's been doing his best to help you, Sherry, in accepting and receiving that from him, okay? All right. Mary, their partner on the other side for you too? Why am I sensing a male that could be like a brother or a close friend for you, Mary? Do you recognize that?
We had a half brother, but Manny was more like a brother than anybody.
Okay. Okay.
Sherry's Manny.
Maybe that's where we're going. And always had a big smile for you, even if he was having a tough time.
Yes.
Okay. Is that correct for you, Terry, too?
Yes, I loved our Manny.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I mean, what's the word I want to say? He wanted to help everybody else when he was the one that really needed the help, right? Do you follow how I'm trying to word that, everybody?
Yeah.
It's like he wanted to give, even though he was the one that needed to be on the receiving end. Okay. He's missed at the family table very much. Okay, that's what I want to say. And he misses being at the family table. Okay. And of course, the private table, him and Sherry. Okay. He is still very much thinking about all of you and what's happening here right now. An Easter get together, even if it was by phone, was there an Easter get together, ladies? An Easter phone call, something? No?
Mm-mm.
What is he talking about? I need to say I'm feeling like he's referencing to whenever there was something special, it was a time to get together, okay? But also, he's telling me that, okay, why is he talking about unfinished business? I almost feel like he had some more work that he was meant to be doing with each one of you, okay? Am I making some sense, ladies? Almost like he got cut short. Am I
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
I know Sherry is with that, okay? Because
Yes.
we've connected before, but it's almost like, why did he have to go when he did? God, why did you have to take him then? And he said, because it was his time, okay? And he needs to apologize to that, especially to Sherry, who is still having difficulty in
Yeah.
comprehending this, okay? But he says, Mary and Terry, you're both on the same, you're right behind her, okay? All three of you are sensitive to spirit. All three of you do feel him around you at times, even if you don't talk about it, okay? All right? And he says, I'm going to keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's like there's a strong energy here, right? He's got a strong personality, doesn't he? Even though, can I say he was stifled in some ways when he was in the physical form, all right? Okay. Sherry, he says, you're going to get through this, girl. And for you to, he wants you to smile more often. He says, yes, I understand you miss me. He says, but put a smile on your face a little more often and it'll help you feel better, okay? The other sisters are doing that as they can. This is a jokester, and I didn't pick up this before. For some reason, he's more connecting now. He's more able to connect because he's got the three of you to connect with. Not that Sherry isn't special. It's, how can I explain? When we're going through hard grief, it is difficult for spirit to come through sometimes.
Mhm.
All right. And who's got somebody in around them that fell off a bike? I don't feel like it's any of the three of you, but there's somebody who fell off a bike. A younger generation fell off a bike and skinned their knee.
Yeah,
Think about it. You recognize that, Mary?
yeah.
Okay. And this is somebody who also had a fondness for Manny too, right?
Yes.
Manny was right there trying to help this individual. Of course, the individual didn't get it, but he was there because he was concerned, okay? And somebody else almost got into a car accident, and it's like an angel was watching over them. Does anybody recognize that of the sisters? You may need that.
That's all the time for me, I think. Oh, my God. I used to say I have a whole army of angels, but all I need is one Manny, and he keeps me safe.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, he's got multi-hands, multi-arms, and you know what? He can fly now. Think about it. He doesn't have to walk from one home to another or drive from, he can fly. He can be there in a God, okay? All right. And he wants to say that he truly, truly enjoys every single one of you. And he always will. And it's like, he calls him, feels like a brother to all of you. I don't know how long he was around, but it's still, it's like there's this brotherly energy. And
Yes.
that's protection, and that's humor, and that's being the big brother and looking after. Okay.
Yep.
Sherry,
It was.
he's here to give you some big hugs, okay, hon? He says, feel the feelings and get them out. Okay? Get them out in the best way you can. You will feel better as you release it. Not that it's not that you're gonna stop grieving me, stop feeling me. It's just that you're gonna be able to feel better. Okay? Feel better. Am I making some sense? I hope so. All right. Did he have to get some medication by a shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
He didn't like to have the shots. Okay. And I almost I'm feeling like it was in different places. It wasn't the same one all the time. Am I correct? Are you understanding me, ladies?
No, it was pretty
Yeah,
much the same.
Go ahead.
Mary.
His
Terry.
injections.
Yeah,
Injections.
and he would love it when Sherry gives it, and then when she would forget and she would tell me to give it, I never did it right. And so he would wait until, I'll wait till Sherry comes home, he says.
Got it. But he wasn't, he did it because he had to.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't fond of having to do it. And he's
No.
grateful for all the love that he received from all of you, and he still receives. And for you to focus on the love he's sending to all of you too, okay? And I think that's a great place to leave this, okay? And I want to thank Manny for coming in. I want to thank all the others from the spirit world who came to join us. And love never dies, everybody. Love never dies. We connect with loved ones here on the earth plane, and they move on, but our love is still there. They come visit us in the ways that they can. Okay? Yeah, we're in a physical life. That kind of can pull us away from the spiritual components that we're talking about. But they care deeply for us. And what I want to say is, if you've had an issue with a loved one who's crossed over, You can heal it. It can be done. You can take that relationship to a higher level just by desire, just by wanting to do so. Okay. Forgiveness is big. Okay. And I want to say, Sherry, forgive Manny for leaving, sweetheart. Okay. That's part of what you're going through. All right. He hasn't left you. He's just left you physically. Okay. He still loves you dearly. And that love is going to go on forever. So I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to thank all spirit for coming in. If I can be of any help to anybody, I would be glad to. Private readings, teaching mediumship classes, and it's all on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. And I'm on Facebook, Pamela-Marie Edmunds. And send me a message. I would love to chat, love to hear if most of these messages from your loved ones made sense to you or whatever. So anyway, so next week I will be having a unique interview with Reverend Lorraine Radice, and we're going to be talking about physical mediumship. And it's something that may be of interest to some of you. Okay. So have a great night, and I will be placing
Thank
this.
you.
You're welcome. I will be placing this on my YouTube channel. Give me a couple hours to get there. Okay. And you can listen to it if you want to, or share it with a friend or a family. So have a great night, everybody. God bless.
Thank you.
Big hugs to all, and take care.
Thank you, Pamela.
You're welcome.